All right. So what we have to consider, yeah, when it comes to professional communication. So how to be professional? It's easily said than done, kan? Professional. So what I can observe here, a few years, observing student intern having their internship, the interns, yeah. Sometimes it's quite hard for them to set a professional communication. When they speak, they don't. They act out. They speak as if they are still in school. I mean, in schools, in university. So when they speak. They don't really speak professionally. It's quite hard to switch, right? Because you are a student, and at the same time you have to serve in the workplace. This is the dilemma of being an intern. You always have a split personality. I don't know which one am I. Am I a student? I'm still a student, but I have to work. Yeah. So professionalism is something to be developed. So as you grow, um, and you will gain your self-confidence, you will gain your maturity. And at first we will find that it's hard for you to speak to those who are older, because you are considered colleagues mean rakan sekerja, so you are considered colleagues. Your colleagues would be like 30, maybe 20 years older than you. Those who are, I mean, if you are in a very normal situation, commonplace, your hometown, maybe you will call this person pakcik, uncle. But when it comes to a workplace, this is definitely not going to be professional. You call someone pakcik where this person is actually your colleagues. Uh, some people, even though they are older, but then they are actually the same level as you. Like previously, one of my students, when they went back to the university, they mentioned about, they are engineers, right? So when they were in the workplace, they have to work with the colleagues. And in fact, those older who are older, and um, not their superior, they are subordinate, they are subordinates. Yes, those who are, working under them, because they are the engineer. And those who are, I mean, those who are older are actually the technicians, the technical teams and all. So definitely, giving the instruction will be something that is very hard to do. So professional communication will somehow help you to, to instill, okay, what is actually the best way to do it. So they will learn. They told me, my students told me that, oh, it is true. Politeness, having this demeanor, the way we prepare ourselves to work, appearance. Yeah, sometimes you have to dress up a bit so that people look at you and say, oh, okay, this is my boss. Even though she's old, she's younger, she's my boss. So these kind of things that you have to consider. Okay, so let's take a look at them, yeah? Skip the introduction. I already have the introduction just now. So what is professionalism? The knowledge that an individual carries about a certain a certain field. So professionalism, that's why it is hard at the beginning, because when we just enter a specific field, let's say you are under computer science, so you start to work under computer technology, something to do with the computer technology, some advancement. This maybe a company, Dell, for example, kan? I'm not sure. Are you computer science or are you statistics ke apa, students? I'm not sure. So let's say you have this, yeah. Um, you don't have any experience, so definitely it's very hard for you to speak, because you don't have the knowledge, much of knowledge. And when you speak, the main concern will be people won't listen to me because I don't have any experience. So that's why I always I mean, in order for you to be professional, you have to put aside your childish character. uh, okay, so the way you speak, you have to be straightforward, you have to be firm, and you have to mean what you say, right? So a person doing his or her job with a sincerity, maintaining professional etiquette at work. So even though those are your main concern, but at the end it's about making decision. It's about, um, being a part of the community, the organization. Okay, and in fact some of you might be the decision maker. Yeah, so that's why, and especially when it comes to professionalism at work, we have to avoid, we have to put down, and we have to put aside politics, positive politics, mind games and whatnot. These are not healthy. Okay, but believe me, they happen. Yeah, they happen at workplace. Okay, so how to maintain or to build characteristics of professionalism. How to be a professional. So time management, when you come, you have to be on time. And if you have to be late, you have to admit that you make mistakes. I have I usually most of the time whenever I'm late to classes, I will definitely explain, justify my students why exactly I'm late, because I have meeting, because I have the what we call rehearsal for online training after this. So that's why I have to be late, for example. So I have to explain. So that is a practice, a professionalism practice. You don't just like let people wait for you and then you don't justify. Okay, dress up, apply organizational skills, especially when it comes to managing. And if you are working under people, so what would be the task that you need to do? You need to know your task. Why exactly you apply for the position if you don't want to know, or you don't know about the skills? Yeah, so possess soft skills. Soft skills can be like communication skills, persuasion skill, those skills that the name is like soft, you cannot really see it, but at times they are required, they are needed. Yeah, able to communicate openly and constructively. Communicate openly means you can speak to anyone, okay, anyone. And when you speak, you can organize the content. It's not like macam upside down sangat. Oh, cakap sekejap ke sini, kejap ke sana, kejap no. Suddenly jump into conclusion and go back to the content. Yeah. So construct means you plan. Maintain positive attitude. Things happen sometimes, not like what you want it to happen. Things doesn't go as you want them, as you plan. So instead, maintain positive attitude. Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, I think we can do something to improve this. So show ethical behavior, positive behavior. Even though you have to deal with those who are older, those who are younger. When you are old, you are younger than the seniors, so you have to respect them. The same goes to when after a few years you have these juniors coming in working, so you don't look down at them, do not demean them. You have to work as a team, put everything aside. Yeah, so that is what we call professionalism. Focused, reliable, and accountable. So people can rely on you. People know that they can count on you when it comes to solving things. Difficult things, difficult handling difficult situations and all. So what's the difference between attitude and behavior? Okay, attitude is a set of psychology. So usually you put it in your mind, and it is very much related to behavior. Your attitude will somehow shown in your behavior. Okay, attitude, um yes, as it says, it determine the behavior. So when you have one kind of attitude, like positive attitude, negative attitude, like the attitude of not liking someone, so when you don't like certain things, or you do not prefer certain things, so it will be shown in your behavior. You skip from going to the to maybe you have the routine, right, that everyone needs to do or perform, but then you skip that routine. Yeah. um so behavior is something you bring yourself out. um Usually when it comes to behavior, it is very much related to others. All right, attitude can be, it can be just about you. Attitude is usually what you think and you show, but it's not related to others. But behavior, usually it is related to others. The consequences, okay, can be affected, can affect others. Okay, now how to build, okay, what are the factors that contribute to positive work attitude? One, it's personality. In order for you to act in a positive way, you have to show a positive attitude, a personality. Okay, moods, in terms of moods, in terms of satisfaction, cooperation, commitment. Yeah, those are personality. Person, environment, fit. So you need to put yourself in any shoes. if you have to be in this environment, if you have to work in this department, if you have to be transferred, if you have to work with the support subordinates and superior, so you can fit anything. So sometimes some people, people are very comfortable working with you. Why? Because you can be with anybody and everyone feel comfortable, even though you have a huge gap of age, right? Job characteristics, you know about job characteristics. um, get the feedback about the job, or sometimes people required feedback, so you provide the feedback. It can be as simple as the WhatsApp group, for example. Yeah. How you work, this is considered working, so you might want to show psychological contract, a set of expectation. So at times when we don't get what we want, or what we expect, so we have this, um, because we put it is like we breach the contract, right? Okay, so that is why it's hard to satisfy uh, ourselves. For example, when you come, you expect that, oh, you're going to be given one room for yourself, you are going to be treated nicely by your seniors and all, and when you come to the workplace, you start working, only then you realize that no one wants to listen to you, no one is treating you right or nicely, and everything is on you. You have to complete everything, you have to share your room with another three colleagues, and yeah, so it's out of expectation. So what happened? Maybe your performance is gradually decreasing. Okay, so you're not going to perform because it breaches your personal, I mean your set. There's something that you have set in your mind, yeah, your expectation. So hopefully we don't put too much expectation. So that's what people say, that you come with no expectation, just be neutral, so that we can adapt and adopt anything that happens to us. Okay, organizational justice, at times people won't listen to you, and they don't want to back you up, just because you are new, even though you are right, they treat you as you are doing the wrong. Things happen kan, sometimes there's no, it's always the new persons, the new workers to complete this task. Muka you je nanti buat. So this is like unfair to some people. And when people you voice it out, people say that, oh, dulu pun I kena buat juga. So it's like a tradition kan. So very very unhealthy. But at times you have to take it as, this is my experience, the experience I have to have. So work relationships, you cannot expect that you're going to have a positive relationship with everyone. Some people might not fond of you. They might dislike you because you are the spotlight. Everywhere you go, everyone will give you the spotlight. They will focus on you, not the other. So they despise you. So this happen, yeah. Stress, work-life balance, because of time. You will find, yeah, when you start to work, there's not much time for yourself, not as much as studying. During the studies, when you have, I mean, you still have time for yourself. You can like just lie down doing nothing. If you do nothing, no one will complain except for parents, like that. But then no one will complain because it's not your job yet to, to 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 be the breadwinner. But once you are given the responsibility, the shoulder, tak payah susah-susah. You don't get the job pun, nanti your parents will start to nag. Why don't ask? They already put it, the info. I mean, once you graduate, your parents already set in their mind, you need to get a job for yourself, a work for yourself, to help out with maybe the chores, okay, or the finance, okay, finance. So yeah, balancing, yeah, you might take some time to balance. You might to put yourself into a comfortable zone. Okay. All right. So what else? These are the things, the components, yeah, that related to workplace appearance, demeanor, reliability, accountability, competence, ethics, poise, and etiquette. So when it comes to appearance, I think you know how. I mean, you have watched so many dramas, right? Malaysian dramas, kan? So you know how to dress up. Like some people, I mean, I think it's not really proper to dress up like Korean style lah in Malaysia. When you have like a very high, a high knee. What we call that? High knee. trousers, you don't even wear socks to work. I don't think that's a proper way lah of unless if you work with companies like Google, where you can wear anything you want, where you can dress up as you wish. So they are open. Some companies, especially when it comes to um, private companies lah, they don't really mind lah at times lah, especially. Okay. Proper attire, especially when it comes to getting going for an interview lah, first impression kan. After you get it later, maybe it's the other story, but then when you are getting the job, you are going for the interview, so I mean professionalism in terms of appearance matter. Demeanor would be the outward behavior, so what you say, how you bring yourself kan, macam it's demeanor ni, it's like how you bring yourself in front of your boyfriend or girlfriend. So makan pun tak luak kan. So you keep calm, you remain silent when you have to be silent, you answer when you are asked. So things like this, demeanor, behavior, how you bring yourself in front of people. Reliability, how you can complete your work. Accountability, how can you shoulder the task given to you. Competence, how effective, how confident, how knowledgeable, how effective you are when it comes to completing the task. That is competence. High competency means good skills in completing the task. Fast, you do the work fastly. I mean, fastly. You can just, you can solve problems easily, and competence. Ethics refers to way employees in an organization govern themselves. So there are, usually when it comes to ethics, there are rules and regulations lah to abide. Punctuality, some workplace, they don't mind at any time you want to go to work, as long as you complete the task, you complete the job, you complete the work assigned to you. Some places, especially the government, it matters so much at what time you come, at what time you clock out and clock in and all, and then what you dress up, productivity, dedication. It's all about that. And sometimes it feels suffocated lah when it comes to work ethics. Some I'm talking about some organization. But some, I mean, it depends on the leaders. Some leaders, they are very open-minded. They apply openness, right? They are the type of open, the personality is like openness and open communication. So they don't mind if, as long as the job is done, then fine. So punctuality, but when it comes to meeting, definitely people are asking you to be punctual. Poise, so this is the confidence. So when you have poise, so it means that you can bring your steadiness, your stability, proper manner. You look very confident and very, ready, poised. And when it comes to positive, you improve. When it comes to communication, you don't have any issue to talk to anybody. And it seems like when people, if you have poise, people will be focus on you. You get the spotlight, not really spotlight, you get the attention when you speak. Etiquette, proper behavior. So ethics, when it comes to rules and regulations. Etiquette, usually it's about the behavior, respectful. You are expected lah to perform in such way. So identify yourself, your full name. So this is the etiquette, the procedures, the steps that you need to work on, especially when it comes to the first time you come to a workplace. So you need to let the other people know about your name, and especially when it comes to like answering a phone call, if that's your job, or if you are talking about the workplace lah, if it's on your own phone, then it's not a problem. But then when it comes to the office phone, so you have a proper way of introducing yourself, and all. Slang is not recommended. No slang. Yo, you all, y'alls, those kind of slangs, not really professional. At workplace. Smile, avoid gossip. As much as you love gossip, believe me, it won't be so effective, because sometimes when you gossip too much in the workplace, it shows a bad behavior, I mean your bad attitude lah. People will view you as someone who is negative.